Okay, so it looks like if my mic is off, you can hear me. And if my mic is on, you can't hear me. Tricky. Welcome, everyone, to the live stream. This is what we do. We have technical difficulties. Much like the president did last night with the buses trying to get everyone away from his rally in negative 500 degrees. I am your father, your Kevinly father, Kevin Williams. Today, Trump spews BULLhead City facts. Because nobody's truthful like our dear leader. Okay, we're back, everybody. Hey, Rich, here comes the mic touch. He always superfluously touches the mic because he's got control issues. There's no reason he has to do it. The mic is all set. It's ready for him. It's been tested. It's not a debate. Let's see if it works. By the way, if you want to support this kind of thing, go to kevinlyfather.com. You too can become a patron. I have to update the credits. Green Room is a new producer. Somebody else is a new producer. There's all kinds of new stuff going on. And we might be done soon with the live stream. Trump may be gone soon. Remember, the election is this Tuesday. This Tuesday. Which means we will find out who's going to be the next president within 3 months. So this is exciting. Hi, everybody. Good to see you. Here we go. I'm going to give you his audio as well.
That's a lot of people. Wow.
Did you touch the mic already? I totally missed it. Hold on.
That's a lot of people.
There it is. Just a minor mic touch today. How's his audio? Let's pump him up.
Thank you very much. This is quite a crowd.
This is BULLhead, Arizona.
This is quite a crowd. Thank you very much. Hello, Arizona. Hello, Arizona.
Let's mess with
And
this volume even more.
hello to everybody right here in Nevada. I love Nevada too.
Nevada!
Nevada, we have Arizona. How many people are from Arizona? How many people are from Nevada? Not bad, not bad. That's not bad. 6 days
Usually he says Nevada, so is he pandering?
from now, we are going to win Arizona. We are going to win Nevada. And we are going to win 4 more years in our great White House.
Pour more beers. Pour more beers. Pour more beers.
Look at the fake news back there. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. You know, I got a poll this morning. We're one up in Wisconsin, right? No? We were there last night. It was very cold. It was very cold. But
We have footage of how cold it was. By the way, the ABC News came out with a poll. ABC WAPO, I believe, came out with a poll. Biden is up by 17 in Wisconsin, according to their poll. Trump says they're up by 1. We haven't seen that poll, though.
we had a great time, a tremendous crowd, like this, a tremendous crowd. And then tonight, last night I heard, but this morning.
Okay, tremendous crowd last night. Let's take a look at that crowd. Here we go. Trump put out a commercial this morning. Really quick turnaround on this one, and quite frankly, I'm impressed. Here it comes.
Make an entrance.
Coming.
Make a run.
Nope, not coming.
And then
Hold on. I'm going to move this around, and then you're going to see it, and then you're going to have the audio as well. So this is from the Trump campaign this morning.
make an entrance. Make a run. And then hold a rally in the dead of winter and don't provide a way for your supporters to get back to their cars. I mean, what the hell? You probably just gave them the virus anyway. Oh, call it the China virus. And blame the buses on Antifa. They'll eat that shit up. Trump. I'm Donald Trump, and I approve this massage and message.
Interesting ad put up by the Trump campaign. Like that guy's voice, though. He's not bad.
I get a fake poll. So we're one up in a real poll, or even, or whatever, but we'll end up winning it. But I get a poll. ABC, Washington Post, they're fakes. Trump, 17 down in Wisconsin. 17. Think of it. And they tried it last time 4 years ago, too, and that didn't work out too well. It's just unbelievable how dishonest the media is. I say it because there they are, just very dishonest people. Very dishonest. A vote for me is a vote for massive middle-class tax cuts, regulation cuts, fair trade, strong borders.
He promised middle-class tax cuts after the midterms as well.
And American energy independence. It's what's going to happen. Turn up the mic. It's a vote to support our police, support our military.
I'm just scanning the crowd for masks. I've got a monitor on my right here, your left, that I get. The resolution's pretty poor. None of the feeds coming in had decent resolution on this one.
Defend our Second Amendment, which is under siege. Stand up to China.
No, I'm not seeing. Oh, I saw one mask right here. I'm like, oh, this guy's got a mask right there. Look at that. No, he's on the media stand. There are the stairs right there. He's not 18 feet tall.
And ensure more.
Now, some people are actually shooting the media. There's 2 people, and neither of them have masks.
Our products are proudly stamped with that beautiful phrase. You know what the phrase is? Made in the USA. We will deliver record prosperity, epic job growth, and a safe vaccine is coming very quickly. You're going to have it momentarily. That eradicates the virus, and we're rounding the turn regardless. You know that. We've got the vaccine. I say regardless. They'll say, well, maybe you don't. We have it. Great companies. And quickly ends the pandemic. Should have never come here from China. They should have never let it out. We'll never forget. All over the world. All over the world. You see what's happening in Europe. All over the world. Normal life will fully resume. That's what we want, right? Normal life.
Oh, geez, Dennis, I should put that ad up on the Facebook. Or I'll do that right now, and then you can share it on the Facebook. Hold on.
Normal life. And next year will be the greatest economic year in the history of our country. A vote for Sleepy Joe Biden, and he is a sleepy guy, I tell you what. You know, it's a powerful party, and the party is totally joined with the fake news media, the lamestream media.
Holy crap, my Facebook page is finally taken off. It's at Kevin Lee Father. No, yeah, at Kevin Lee Father. Facebook.com/Kevin Lee Father. Pretty hard to figure out. It's probably down here as well. Let's see. Facebook, Kevin Lee Father. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, that's funny. The baby Trump video. I'm not going to play it because then you'll be humming it all day. And you'll hate me even more. But I guess that's getting some play on the Facebook. The thing about the Facebook is I don't get any money for the Facebook. So come on, Zuckerberg. Or as I like to call him, friendly guy.
Right there. And they're totally joined with the big tech. I don't know, Section 230. Does anyone with the big tech, mainstream media right there? And the party is totally joined with the fake news media, the lamestream media right there. And they're totally joined with the big tech. I don't know, Section 230. Does anyone know what Section 230?
He doesn't know what it means. And why can't this we might have to switch feeds. This camera's terrible. Big temp.
230, you do. Section 230, I think. Wow.
Big temp.
You know?
What
tremendous
is happening?
Corruption. 230, I think. Wow. You know? You do.
Okay, we can't. We just can't. Someone's going to get sick. Someone's going to have some sort of seizure. We'll go find this. Hold on, kids. 11:33. Let's get out of this feed. Let's go to the actual Trump feed. Donald Trump. I don't want anyone to throw up on my watch. I mean, honestly, that's all we do nowadays. Here we go.
But she was a lot smarter than Sleepy Joe. But
yep.
I didn't start. Right? No fracking. There'll be no fracking, no for a year. Because I don't love my hair flopping around. One thing.
Has he done that? Have we heard the hair flopping around thing, guys? I'll leave it here, but if we haven't heard the hair flopping around thing, guys, let me know. I've been doing something for Mr. Hunter over here.
At least they figured out. Thank you. Thank you. What a nice group. By the way, we are substantially up in a state known as Arizona. Do you know about that, right? Substantially. And I hear we're up in Nevada. Is that right, Michael? We're up in Nevada? We're a little concerned with all those ballots floating around in Nevada. Got a lot of ballots floating around in Nevada. Hey, you know, it's windy as hell out here. You know? I said, is it windy? Should I bring a hat? Because I don't love my hair flopping around. One thing, at least they figured out after 3 years that it is mine. If it wasn't, I would have found out about it today. You know, should I put on a hat? Should I put it on like... Oh. Nice hat. I want to know, who has worn this hat before? That's all I want to know. Yeah, it's pretty nasty. Am I allowed to do it? I'll do it if you want. Otherwise... What a guy. Yes? Better? Nice hat. You know, we're going to change the hat. So we made America great again. We created the greatest economy in the history of the world. And then we had the plague come in from China. And now we're doing it again. Our numbers are unbelievable. And by the way, you're going to have a very big number. I even say hold off in your vote until it happens, because a lot of you want to wait till Tuesday anyway, which is going to be a great, great red wave. But you know what? Before that happens, and I don't know what it is, but the Atlanta Fed just predicted a very big number, biggest in the history of our country. You're going to have GDP coming out. It's going to be announced. And it's going to be announced probably on the 1st, maybe a day before the 1st. And if that number's not big, you don't even have to vote for me, okay? I think it's going to be maybe the biggest number in the history of our country, GDP. That's our big number, right? I'm taking a chance when I say that. You don't even have to vote for me. Okay, who here is voting for Trump? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Switches. Okay, good if you can get out now. Is anybody sending in a ballot, or you going in and doing it the old-fashioned way? That's what I did. I just did that. But whatever you do, you have to go out and vote. Who here is going to vote for Sleepy Joe Biden? I had a leader of a country call up. He's a very tough leader, tough as hell. They're going to figure it out, maybe. Although they wouldn't, if it was right, if it was good, they were not going to report it. And he said, I hope Biden doesn't win because he's always sleeping. That was an interesting thing. This is a killer. Says, I hope he doesn't win because he's always sleeping. You know, I thought he was being funny. I said, you happen to be right about that. This
Because he's always sleeping?
election, that was an interesting. And he said, I hope Biden would call up. He's a very tough leader, tough as hell. They're going to figure it out, maybe. Although they wouldn't, if it was right, if it was good, they were not going to report it. And he said, I hope Biden doesn't win because he's always sleeping. That was an interesting thing. This is a killer. Says, I hope he doesn't win because he's always sleeping. You know, I thought he was being funny. I said, you happen to be right about that. This election is a choice between a Trump super recovery.
He's America's storyteller, kids.
And a Biden depression. You will have a depression, the likes of which you haven't seen before, maybe 1929. Wants to raise your taxes, put regulations back on. And remember this, get rid of your Second Amendment. Remember this. Remember this. Pro-life, anybody pro-life? There's so many different things. This is the single biggest election, in my opinion, and I never thought I'd say it, in the history of our country. This is the biggest. The biggest in the history of our country. It's a choice between a Trump boom and a Biden lockdown. He'll close it up. He'll close it up. It's really something. And, you know, we talk about the American dream. We had the American dream. It was all coming together. There was going to be, believe it or not, unity. I was getting called from people, you wouldn't believe it. And then we had this thing come in. It came in, and it came in the invisible enemy came in. And we went back to work, and we saved 2 million people. It was going to be 2.2 million people. We saved maybe more than that. But it's a choice between the American dream and a socialist nightmare. That's what it is. And the reason it's such an important is because, you've heard me say it many times. The reason it's such an important is because nightmare, that's what it is. And the reason it's such an important is because, you've heard me say it many times, our country will never...
The reason it's such an important? He's dropping words all over the place.
...be a socialist country. And that's where they want to take us. That's where they want to take us. That's where they want to take us. I'm fighting for the dreams of all Americans, including millions of truly amazing Hispanic Americans. Who's Hispanic? Who's Hispanic? Oh, they're shocked. They don't believe it. You know, the polls with Hispanics are through the roof. They're reporting on it. I said, I never had a problem. I always liked Hispanic, but they're getting to understand me and the incredible...
I always liked Hispanic?
Incredible progress. Like this move. They're reporting on it. I said, I never had a problem. I always liked Hispanic, but they're getting to understand me and the incredible progress that we made.
Is he talking about the Hispanic from Phoenix?
So the polls with Hispanic Americans are the highest ever in the history of our country for a Republican.
I wonder if he thought he was saying Hispanic Americans there, and he just dropped the word. That's what he was doing. It starts with the ends of words, his S's. We've noticed that the last few months. Now he seems to be just dropping the following word completely. This is dementia, folks. This is how it works.
But it could be that we're going to top them, and once we top them, you're going to forget about them because we've really gotten along. The poll. Oh, by the way, who saw the debate the other night? Anybody? Anybody watch it? You see the poll? 91-9. That's, I don't know.
Dennis, if you're watching, I just posted it on my
91-9.
page.
That's not bad.
And on Kevin Lee Fox.
I got angry at the media. I thought it should have been better than that. And I felt like Perry Mason because he admitted right at the end his last statement. I said, does that...
It wasn't his last statement. The last statement was, what would your inauguration speech be? It was like 3/4 of the way, and it wasn't last.
Mean you don't like oil, Joe? Yeah, well, that was Perry Mason.
Do
you
the
ever
arms.
Watch, right?
Do
Columbo.
the arms.
How about Columbo? It's the same thing. Right at the end, does that mean, oh, did he blow it? They've been working for 5 days, and then...
Is he gonna brag about everyone's 401k today?
They had to go to Pennsylvania where fracking's a big deal, right? And how about Texas? You think they like him in Texas? No oil. Think of this. No oil, no guns, Second Amendment, no God, religion. And then I hear Trump has a 1-point lead in Texas. I don't think so. You know, I used to hear this 4 years ago all the time. He cannot win the great state of Ohio. He must win. We won by 8 points. Trump has never done this before. He cannot win Texas under no circumstances. He cannot win Texas. We won, I don't know, by a lot, whatever it was. Remember Utah? We had the guy from Utah. He was a specialist in Utah. He was going to win Utah. He came in third. Even Crooked Hillary beat that guy. Remember?
Carter thought it was really... Yeah, I didn't mind.
Shaved his head. Nice shaved head, nice guy. You remember his name? Yeah, I remember his name. He's one of the others. Another rhino. You know, we're against the...
So it's always good to start your President Carter stories and then end them abruptly because you realize it doesn't really apply. I got lots of stories. So Kevin Lee daughter tried to get her driver's license yesterday. We went in there. So this is just poor planning. Kevin Lee daughter let her driver's permit, her Nexus card, which is how you get across the border, trusted traveler at the airports and stuff, across the Canadian border really fast. Her Nexus card and her passport, she let them all expire during COVID. I don't know that there was any pre-planning done to that, But she should have anticipated some sort of virus coming so that you couldn't renew any of those things and that the offices would all be closed. So she's been running around now so her driving test was canceled, COVID. We can't send the passport in to be renewed because then she doesn't have ID. We can't go to the passport office and say, hey, can you give us a new one? Like, we'll give you this and tomorrow we get the new one and we'll pay you a whole bunch of extra money so that she can use it to get into the studios when she goes to work or to a COVID test. So she has some form of ID because everybody just looks at it unless she's trying to buy alcohol. She's 21. But if she's trying to buy, unless she's trying to buy alcohol, they just look at the passport and they go, oh, okay, good. And then somebody says, oh, this is expired. And you say, yeah, COVID, you can't renew it right now. Oh, yeah, sure. Because technically the passports are extended. Right. If you have, here's the thing. We can't even send it in or go in and say, give me a new one. I'll pay you a bunch of money because she got it a month before she turned 16. And that's the deadline. If you're under 16 and you get a new passport, you can't do that process. It's a different process. So we go in yesterday. The state of California had already given her a permit, right? With her picture on it. They have her picture on file. They confirmed who she is when the passport was valid. So, your permit's expired. Yes, it expired during COVID, and I couldn't take my driving test because it was canceled. Oh, okay, well, you can renew the permit. Oh, okay, great. So we go to renew the permit. Oh, we can do that online. Great. We wait, we get inside, we go to window 24, and it's, oh, well, this passport's expired. Yes, COVID, right? It's a pretty good excuse. There's a pandemic that's killed 200,000 Americans. The passport office is not cooperating. She was under 16. We can't get a new passport. That's, even if we wanted, we couldn't. We could pay the extra 100. We can't do it, right? Well, this one's expired. Right. But when she got the permit, when you guys first verified her identification, that this is her, see the picture? That's her. It was valid. And you accepted it. It's the same passport. She's the same person. No. I'm down on the DMV. Yeah, you don't know me because my passport's expired. Okay, so that's the end of that story. But wait, there's more. They say, hey, if you've got your birth certificate, awesome. Okay, great. We're gonna come back. We're making an appointment. We're coming back. Okay, head home. Where's your birth certificate? Because I don't think I have it. I think your mother has it. No, I checked with her. She doesn't have it. Okay. So then I call up King County in Seattle where she was born. And the lady there, very nice. She's like, I totally get it. I understand. I said, can we do the thing where I can just send somebody to pick it up and then send it to me because you have a pickup service over the internet? She said, no, that's closed because of COVID. She said, I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll use our UPS account and you pay for it and we'll send it to UPS. Okay, good. So that's taken care of. $76 to get a birth certificate. Normally it's just $20 and you send someone up to the window. They just walk in the building, they go to the window on the second floor and they say, yeah, I got a will call for this. Okay, there you go. Thank you very much. Nope, it's closed. COVID. So I order it. 76. Yeah, here's my credit card number, blah, blah, blah. I won't give you the credit card number because, you know. And then okay, it's on its way. Woo! 10 minutes later, text from Kevinly daughter. Oh, mom has it. I don't care because I just got it. I'm not going to trust the mail right now to get a birth certificate from Georgia to California in a 3-day period. That is not a dependable system right now. Anyway, I blame Trump.
A lot.
It'll get taken care of. But the bottom line is I might get a phone call during this broadcast asking to go pick her up, is what I'm saying.
I didn't start it.
What does he say?
I'm an innocent bystander.
Oh, he didn't start the lock her up chant because he was saying, he's told Leslie Stahl on 60 Minutes, I don't encourage it. They do it. I don't do it. So they started and he's like, he could tell them to not chant that, but no.
Every time that starts,
I don't know who they're locking up. Kevinly daughter? She's running around with an expired passport. Who knows? I mean, Here's this passport. This is a real U.S. passport that worked a few months ago, that just expired a couple of months. But you guys took it a few months ago, and you took picture making an actual ID for the same person, and it's expired because of a pandemic. And we can't, because she was under 60, we can't, even if we wanted to, we can't get another one right now. Oh, unless you have an airline ticket proving that you're leaving the country. So it's an emergency passport at that point. So they'll turn that shit around if you're flying out of the country. Where the hell can you go? I'm like, okay, you know what we need to do? We need to buy an airline ticket for
He started it.
Libya. Honey, you're going to Libya.
I always act extremely innocent. All I have to do is mention her name. Crooked, disgraceful, deplorable, irredeemable. You know, they said deplorable and irredeemable. Who would have thought her speech?
What did they say? Deplorable and what?
Deplorable, irredeemable. You know, they said deplorable and irredeemable. Who would have thought her speech would have turned out to be? She came out, she said deplorable, but she also said irredeemable. And to show you what I know, I said
deplorable, irredeemable.
Oh, she used the word irredeemable.
Dirigible?
About our people. That's terrible. But it was deplorable that caught on, right? But whoever her speechwriter is, I don't want him or her. That was a disaster. But I never thought it was going to be that bad. You know, the next day I showed up at a rally. Everybody said, I'm a deplorable.
I'm glad he's covering the Hillary base finally. It's about time.
Deplorable. Oh, what? Boy. Everybody said, I'm a deplorable. Oh, boy. But she was a lot smarter than Sleepy
He's saying, ah, boy?
Joe, but they've got a little bit different kind of a thing going right now. They're more desperate, you know? They're more desperate. They're totally desperate because they have a candidate.
Says the guy who's doing 3 rallies a day in Arizona and Nebraska.
I mean, let's not kid ourselves. They took him off a stage yesterday. You saw that, right? He called me George. He thought I was George Bush. He called me George. It's unbelievable. You know, I didn't know if I was happy or if I wasn't happy because he called me. I mean, you know, and his wife was sitting right next to him, and she's looking like, Santel, too fat.
What?
You could see she was under great stress.
What is he doing? I have like one screen Twitter, and I'm laughing at that because someone took me seriously. I got him going, he's like, ha. Hold on. Don't like this live stream. It'll just encourage me.
You know, and his wife was sitting right. I wasn't.
What? Okay.
You know, I didn't know if I was happy or if I wasn't happy because he called me. I mean, I didn't know if I. It's unbelievable. You know, I didn't know if I was happy or if I wasn't happy because he called me. I mean, you know, and his wife was sitting right next to him, and she's looking like, Santel, too fat. You could see she was under great stress. For the last 4 years, by the way, these suckers are moving like hell. I think let's go off those, you know? Isn't it nice to have a president that doesn't need a teleprompter, right?
There's 2 teleprompters right there.
They are moving like crazy.
Because of the wind.
They
Put him
are
down.
moving like crazy.
Put him down.
And that's okay with me.
Hi, producer Joanna. Put him down. I'm still recording this. Okay.
Thank you.
This is today.
Thank you.
I don't know what he's
And
talking
I love
about.
you. I do.
I don't know what he's talking about.
I love you. You know,
Somebody's wife was right there, and she was, yeah, what?
that's a phrase, and they say it.
Can we travel to Mexico still, Marcy? Are we allowed to go to Mexico?
I think even the fake news would admit it. Nobody's ever heard, we all liked Ronald Reagan, but nobody ever said, we love you, we love you, we love you. And he wouldn't get crowds like this. If Ronald Reagan, who I consider be top-notch, if he came here.
Again, he's missing words. If Ronald Reagan, who I consider be top notch,
He'd have said, we love you, we love you, we love you. And he wouldn't get crowds like this. If Ronald Reagan, who I consider be top notch, if he came here, he'd have a couple of hundred people legitimately. He'd go into a ball.
that's a stroke. That is a stroke in the middle of a sentence, just dropping words. And he does it from time to time. Today, it's been what? This is 5 words already? He's just completely erased? And sometimes you can get to the end of you don't really finish your... And people know, yeah, they pick up what you... That's fine. But in the middle of a flow like that, just to drop it without... That's a stroke. That's some sort of dementia happening. That's what's going on. But I'm not a medical doctor, but I have played one on TV.
Ballroom, someplace inside. They'd go into a ballroom, and it'd have 200-300 people. And that's that's what the standard were. We're having 25, 30, 35, 40, 45,000 people. And I'd leave some of these crowds. We were packed in Florida and all these places. And I'd leave some of the crowds and I'd look at that. Look at that. You can't even see the end. You can't even see. If they were legitimate, they'd show. They never show it on camera. They never show it on camera.
This is his camera, by the way. While he's doing that, CNN shocking revelations with Jared Kushner. I'll play that for you. So Jared Kushner is apparently taped by Bob Woodward. Here it is right here.
Jared Kushner talked to Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Bob Woodward back in April. With the president's blessing.
There were 3 phases. There's the panic phase, the pain phase, and then the comeback phase. I do believe last night symbolizes the kind of beginning of the comeback. It doesn't mean there's still a lot of pain, but there won't be the pain. And then basically it was, and my dad's back in charge. It's not the doctor. He's my dad. They kind of feel like I negotiated settlement. It's my dad.
I'm so stupid with the Jared, but it just makes me giggle. Really, that's just for my entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. So someone thought that somehow, because I posted this on the Twitter, and then someone sent me the real one, because they thought maybe my audio was messed up, I guess. I don't know. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate the fact that someone sent that to me. Like somehow I got a corrupted. Jared. It's where we are. Qualified because, son-in-law.
Get the mic turned up. Turn it up. They never ever show it.
What? The crowd?
They don't like to show it.
They're showing.
You know what they do show? Barack Hussein Obama yesterday, they made the mistake. The camera slipped.
Yeah, he got really upset that Fox News broadcast. Almost said broadcasted. I've been watching too much Trump. You want to see your comment? Okay, Jalen, there it is. Everybody, Jalen, judges, are we good? We're good, Jalen. Congratulations.
And they showed his crowd. He had about 20 people there, Barack Hussein. Which was about 10 people more than Sleepy Joe had yesterday. You saw we were in Pennsylvania, right? You saw that. And we had 3 rallies, all in Pennsylvania. It was incredible. Thousands and thousands.
That is a lot of people. That's in the thousands. So, at least it's warm there.
And thousands of people. And Joe was in his basement. And
looks like it goes to these bars right here, and then it's standing. But there are chairs right here. There's one. So these are chairs. They're not socially distanced. And then all the way back here, it looks like all these people are standing. Yeah. Why? What's the appeal?
He saw it, and his handlers, much more importantly, saw it.
I wonder how many people are in the crowd just because this is funny.
They say, Sleepy Joe, we have to get you out of here. We got to move you in. I mean, it's not looking good because, they put a lid on, a lid for a garbage can. That's where it comes from. They put a lid on. And he has a lid today again. The guy's got lids every damn day. And then he said he doesn't want to have big crowds. Really? Because of COVID. He doesn't. He's such a great citizen. He's such a great guy. Then why did he cheat so much with Hunter? Where's Hunter, by the way? Is Hunter? Where?
You guys watch about Hunter, and if he screws up words and stuff, let me know. I gotta go. I got a package or something.
Where's Hunter? Where is Hunter? Remember we did the T-shirt. Where's Hunter? It sold like hot. Now we have. It's called the laptop from hell. The laptop from hell, bro. This is the greatest laptop I've ever seen. This thing is gold. It's gold, except for the news that doesn't want to look at it. They refuse to look at it. This is the laptop from hell. It's the worst. Nobody's ever seen anything like it, except for Anthony Weiner. That was a long time. I would rate Anthony's maybe even worse. I don't know. Anthony, that was not good. For the last 4 years, I've been delivering the Hispanic Americans a message like they haven't heard for a long time. I'm fighting for school choice. Right? Right? School choice, big deal. Safe neighborhoods, Hispanic-owned small businesses. We have great business people here. I know some of them. I've helped
Thanks
some
for
of
that.
them. And are incredible. Oh, these people don't know what the hell they're doing.
What?
And are incredible. Oh, these people don't know what the hell.
Fredible.
I've helped some of them. And are business people here. I know some of them. I've helped some of them. And are incredible. Oh, these people don't know what the hell they're doing. Let me recover my ears for 1 second. Whoever did this microphone, don't pay him. You know, I have a reputation for not paying, and it's a false reputation.
He says that at every single rally.
When somebody does a lousy job, like a microphone that's no good, or like teleprompters that fly with the wind, I say, don't pay them. But we love our incredible Hispanic
Lock mic up. Lock mic up.
American members.
Same teleprompters they use all the time. Same microphone they use all the time. Yeah, I don't think you're supposed to touch the microphone when you get there. That's probably what it is.
Of law enforcement, and we have a lot of them here today. We achieved the lowest Hispanic in America, right? The lowest Hispanic American. Lowest Hispanic in America, right? We achieved the lowest Hispanic in America, right? The lowest Hispanic American unemployment ever recorded, not even.
Anyone? Oh, fright? Like Halloween? What did he just...
We achieved the lowest Hispanic in America, right? The lowest.
Fright?
Hispanic American unemployment ever recorded, not even close. And we're getting back to those numbers again. The last number of months, 11.4 million, a record. People were hired.
This is
Joe
incredible.
Biden would obliterate every single thing that we've done. He's looking to do that. He's looking to obliterate our tax cuts. He wants to. So we gave tax cuts, the biggest in history.
Nope.
He wants to end the tax cuts. He wants to end the child tax credits, $1,000 per child. He wants to end them.
Isn't it
Wiping
1,200?
out your small businesses with lockdowns, regulations, gutting your police.
I don't qualify for the child tax credit anymore, but isn't it $1,200? Is it somebody knows? Somebody has a child somewhere.
Departments and devastating your family.
I used to have a daughter, and then her passport expired, so she doesn't exist anymore. It's sad, really.
Families with the massive tax hikes. I said it's the biggest in history. It's
You,
not going
you
to happen.
said
You know
that,
what's
but that doesn't make it the biggest. It is the 7th biggest since Ronald Reagan.
not going to happen? Because he's not going to win. We can't have him win. He will attack religious liberty and his running mate, the most liberal member of Congress. She makes Bernie Sanders look like a super conservative, okay? I don't think she's for the people of Arizona or Nevada
No, it's up to $1,000 per child. He was right.
And we want to know who are their judicial
It's an excellent point, Colleen. If you don't test passports, you don't have children.
nominees. Who are they? Who are you going to put on the court? You know, they want to pack the courts, right? How do you like
Is the stock market 3.5% down now? Woo!
our nominee, Amy? Right? Amy is Amy. Biden wants to ban charter schools, fund extreme late-term abortion. You know, he wants to fund late-term.
That's 1 month.
Even beyond late-term. You saw the governor of Virginia. The child is born, and
What?
then
Hold on.
late-term abortion. You know, he wants to fund late-term, extreme late-term abortion. You know, he wants to fund late-term, even beyond late-term. You saw the governor of Virginia. The child is born, and then they
First off, what the hell is a beyond la term? And secondly, is the wind affecting his lips? Can he not close them today? Fund? What was? No, I don't know. One was fund.
make a
I can't find that part.
decision as to execution of the
Fucking
child.
cash.
You saw that. The governor of Virginia and Biden totally supports him. And surrender your country to the violent socialist mob. Take a look at Philadelphia last night. Take a look. And we offered to go in. Would stop that in 2 minutes. Would offer to go in. And
The
they
National Guard's already been called in.
said, stand back to the police. The police want to do their job.
Stand back and stand by is what they said.
They don't want that to happen. They
Nobody
could.
wants
I think
that.
they endorse me too. Everybody, all police departments endorse me. That's why we are going to win a record share of Hispanic Americans, of African Americans, of Asian Americans. We're going to win a historic share of women. Remember last time? He will not get women, remember? He will not get women. Well, it didn't work out that way, right? The end of the night, I don't know what happened. He got a lot of women. We did very well with women. You know why? Women are very smart. They want security.
So Philadelphia's black firefighters and police officers are protesting their union's Trump endorsement.
They want safety.
But things are coming together. We have this unity because of black unemployment, Latino unemployment, Asian American unemployment, African black American unemployment, black unemployment, African American black unemployment.
If they're from suburbia, the suburban women, they give me a hard time on suburban women, the people, the fake news. You know what they want? They want security, and they don't want their neighborhood destroyed. And I ended the regulation that would destroy their neighborhood. But I'm not just running against Joe Biden. I'm running against the left-wing mob and the left-wing media, the big tech giants. And I'm also running against the
Is there really a flashcard monitor? Are they all changing the signs at the same time?
rhinos. Do you know what a rhino is? A rhino may be the lowest form of human life. I actually sort of like the others better than the rhinos. You know why?
It's an F-35. They can't see it.
Wow.
Good job, cameraman.
That plane's about 4 days old. You know, we have all brand new equipment, F-35s, everything. We're the envy of the world. You know what?
Yeah, the statement put out by the science advisors of the White House said that he's ended the pandemic. That's what it said. And then the White House put out a statement saying, well, that isn't the correct wording, but yes, we are working, making lots of great progress, blah, 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 blah. But yeah, no, they said he ended, taking credit as an accomplishment of ending the pandemic. By the way, he just fired the head scientists at NOAA, the whole climate change thing, and put in a climate denier. So that's what happened, but we're not hearing anything about it because at the rallies, he's saying COVID, COVID, COVID. And so the media is covering COVID, COVID, COVID. But meanwhile, he got rid of the guy in charge of climate change.
But we are the envy. Do you know about that, Dan? We're the envy. Look at that sucker. He's trying to show off to the president. Yeah, that's one of ours. I gotta be sure about it. Gotta
What?
be careful. The end, look at that sucker. He's trying to show off to the president. Yeah, that's one of ours. I gotta be sure about it. Gotta be careful. And they have nothing but disdain for you and for your values. They
Did he just swallow a mega hat or something? What was that?
lecture you on
I gotta be.
open borders. By the way, we don't have borders. They want to have open borders, you know? We're
What?
just now completing the wall. The wall will be finished very soon. Mexico will be paying for the wall.
We've done 1/3 of the wall.
But they lecture you on everything. If a country doesn't I love that sound. I love it. You don't know what I went through to get those suckers up there. I had to get
I'm down with ADD. Yeah, you know me. I'm down with ADD. Yeah. Oh, is that a plane? Oh, wow. Can you hear it? Where was I?
that money from the Democrats. Oh, look at that. Look. Oh, look at that. They gave the president a little display.
Great work. Wow.
How about that?
If elected, Joe
How
Biden.
about
What's a plane?
I wonder if
Oh
the
my
fake news
God,
got
it
that.
can
Did you see
fly.
that camera? Because they never turn the camera. They don't want to show anything that's good. Wow, that was something, huh? So they were trying to get our attention with the independent
Look at that little bit of cloud. Wow, that was something.
over here. And he got my attention, even though he was very high. But that was beautiful. Nobody in the world has the
He got my attention even though he was very high. He's talking about Don Jr.
equipment that we have. Listen to that. Oh, I love it. You don't know how hard it is to get Democrats to pay for that stuff.
I'm just going to end it right there. Oh, look at the plane. I love it. Oh, you don't know how hard it is. Yeah, we have, obviously, from your voice. You're pretty excited right now, Mr. President.
They don't realize how important it is. They support crippling lockdowns while their jobs.
What?
Hard it is to get Democrats to pay for that stuff. They don't realize how important it is. They support crippling lockdown.
Quippling? That's a funny word. Say it out loud. Try saying quippling. They support quippling. I don't know what's going on with my brain today, but it's funny. Try it at home. Try it out loud. See if someone else, hopefully you're listening on your headphones. Maybe you're at a doctor's office. Say it out loud. They support I can't even do it. Quippling. I can't breathe. Put my cause of death down as COVID. Quippling. Hold on.
Downs don't realize. You don't know how hard it is to get Democrats to pay for that stuff. They don't realize how important it is. They support crippling lockdowns while their jobs remain totally exempt. They keep your kids out of school. And you know what they want to teach in school? We don't teach that in school. We've ended that.
What?
Their families, they have private tutors. They want to take away your guns, your Second Amendment. Your Second Amendment is so under siege. But we're going to keep your Second Amendment. Nothing's going to be changing. I don't see the people of Arizona or Nevada. 19% of the people here are from Nevada. Oh, don't worry. I just left Nevada, by the way. I'll be back there very soon. And they all have armed guards. We got to tell these people, don't have armed guards. They don't want you to have guards. From now on, no more armed guards. Let's outlaw armed guards. You like that idea? How about Nancy Pelosi guards? Let's outlaw armed guards. You like that idea? How about no more armed guards? Let's outlaw armed guards. You like that idea? How about Nancy Pelosi? She goes into San Francisco. And she wants to get her beautiful hair redone.
Well, that's
And
nice.
she ends up with a total Trump supporter as the owner of the beauty parlor. I like that woman. I'm going to go and have my hair done by that woman. She was great. With your vote, man, is it windy. Are you as windy as this?
Are you as windy?
I think it's from the F-35 that we just saw.
Did he just ask the crowd if they were windy?
Man, is it? I'm gonna go and have my hair done by that woman. She was great. With your vote, man, is it windy. Are you as windy as this? I think it's from the F-35 that we just saw.
He almost asked the crowd if they were as windy as he is. Nope, not me, sir. Nope. Oh, that's the dog. Can't see him in here because it's so oh. Sorry, sir. This cough is kind of crippling.
With your vote, you can send the wealthy liberal hypocrites a message that they'll never forget. Under Biden's cruel and senseless lockdowns, countless Americans will die, and you know this, from suicide, drugs.
But Biden hasn't locked down anything. I mean, except the nomination and the win, but
Deferred medical care. There's so many different things. The cure cannot be worse than the problem itself.
the cure is way better than the Smiths.
And Arizona, you're opened up. But Nevada, get your governor to open up your state, please. Get him to open up your state. Nevada,
Show me,
him to
show me,
open-
show me.
get him
how
to
you
open
do
it up.
that thing.
If you vote
The
for
one that
Biden, your
makes me
kids
scream,
will not
she
be in
says.
school.
The one
He
that
wants to shut
makes
it down.
me
He was saying the
laugh,
other day, just said,
says,
oh, we'll shut it
"The
down.
world
I
runs
tell you,
around my
it is
head.
devastating for
Show
our
me
nation.
how
And we
to
did
do
just
it.
the right thing. We closed it down. We understood the disease. It affects, like, as an example, me.
That
Guess who
I
had
run
it? I
away
had it. I'm sure none of you heard that story.
I run away.
In fact, this rally, usually we set up the rallies. We don't call them rallies anymore. We call them friendly
What?
protests because you're allowed to protest, but I'm sure none of you heard that story. In fact, this rally, usually we set up the rallies. We don't call them rallies anymore. We call them friendly protests because you're allowed to
Lost
protest,
and
but you're not allowed to
you, soft and lonely, you, just like Kevin.
go to church. You're not allowed to have dinner with your friends. You can't do anything, right? You can't do anything. So we call everything a protest. This way we
I want to run away with someone, so get your expired passport. Oh, God damn it.
have no problem. No, we have states where you can only protest. You can't do anything else. So we cancel rallies. Then I had the idea. I said,
That is not true about any of the states. That is not a thing.
wait a minute.
The state of confusion. State of confusion. That's what the world is today. Hey, hey.
Let's just call it a protest. And everybody we had a lot of people. We had a good time. With Sleepy Joe, there'd be no graduations, no weddings, no Thanksgiving. They're already talking about no Thanksgiving. And in
No buses for the supporters to get back to their cars when it's sub-zero temperature.
California, you have a special mask. You
Yeah.
cannot, under any circumstances, take it off. You have to eat through the mask. It's a right, Charlie. It's a very complex mechanism, and they don't realize those germs. They go through it like nothing. They look at you with that control.
Okay, so he's telling people that the COVID germs go through the mask. Fantastic. They got nothing against masks. I mean, they don't work, and a lot of people say they don't work. A lot of sciencers.
And they say that's an easy one. I'll go right through with the food.
Did he say mechanism?
And they don't realize it's the mask. It's a right. Thanksgiving. They're already talking about no Thanksgiving. And in California, you have a special mask. You cannot, under any circumstances, take it off. You have to eat through the mask. It's a right, Charlie. It's a very complex mechanism, And they don't realize those germs, they go through it like
All right, excuse me, I'll let that stand. I thought he said he has a very complicated math, not mask.
nothing. They look at you with that contraption and they say, that's an easy one. I'll go right through with the food. Now,
I have an exemption because I am doing a friendly protest.
how about California, though, where you're supposed to eat with the mask? Can't take it off. You see people? And boy, you know, when you have spaghetti and meat sauce, that mask is not looking. You walk out, it looks like you have spaghetti and meat sauce, that mask is not looking. You walk out, it looks like you got into a fight with Dana White. Where's Dana? You fought one of Dana
White's a UFC fighter, KFC fighter, something.
White. I saw Dana White. Does anybody know who Dana White is?
I just told you.
Looks like you got into a fight with one of his fighters, right? Now, you go to have Christmas, you don't have the fighters, right? Looks like you got into a fight with one of his fighters, right? Now, you go to have Christmas, you don't have the 4th of July. No, we got to get back to normal, but you got to open up the states. By the way, just so you know,
Yeah.
on November 4th, they'll announce your state is open. And
They
on
will
November
not.
4th, all of a sudden, the COVID, you turn on television, we have great numbers. We have some incredible numbers. You know, mortality is way down and way better than Europe and other places.
Almost 1,000 deaths yesterday.
All sorts of things are happening with the therapies and therapeutics, cures. I think maybe a cure. I wasn't feeling great. And I was surrounded by
There's never been a cure for any virus.
doctors. And they gave me something, and the next day, I felt I could take this guy in a fight like
320 deaths in Europe yesterday. In the United States alone, 1,040 yesterday. So 300 and some to 1,040. We've hit the 1,000 death barrier one more time.
no problem. No problem. But Sleepy Joe, I don't think Sleepy Joe would be a good fighter, do you? I asked Dana before.
I don't know if the teleprompter's down or what, but he hasn't referred to it in a while.
One gentle little touch to the face, and he's down. He's down. He wouldn't get up very quickly either, would he? Joe Biden's only idea. Remember, he said, I'd like to take him to the back of the barn. Okay.
He didn't say that. He said school gymnasium.
Now, if I ever said that to him, they'd say, he practices violence. The president practices violence. No, that's right. Remember he said, I would. If I ever said that to him, they'd say, he practices violence. The president practices violence. No, that's right. Remember he said, I would take him to the back of. That's like, if you have to fight somebody, that's your dream fight, right? Sleepy Joe. This guy never lives.
Yeah, Bev's right. Babe is saying here, ramble, 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 ramble. That's what we have today. Hey, hey.
You know, he never lives. They had something, because
I'd like to take him to the Backham.
I'm doing 3-4 of these a day, and you think that's easy, right? The sun is blazing, the wind is going crazy. I did one last night in Michigan. It was about 30 degrees, and it was raining, and the rain was going, sideways, like one of these jobs.
It wasn't going like that. It doesn't make a hard right when it hits 6 feet. It was coming in like that's how rain works.
But we had an incredible crowd of people because,
Yeah.
they're all great. They're all like us, the same. They love our country. That's what they're doing. They love us.
So finish part where you abandon all your supporters outside in the rain, miles from their cars.
And I brought so
Oh, because you didn't pay for the buses. Tell them that part.
many auto plants to Michigan. If I don't win Michigan, that would be a tough one. And look what we've done for this one here. Look, both of you, for both of you states.
What?
The Biden. These guys, yeah, that's right. You can't. Maybe, no, it's probably a rhino is operating the thing. They're having a bad day today. They're having a bad day, but we're having a good day. Thank you. It's all right. Don't worry. Hey, fellas, don't worry about it. It's okay.
That seems to be the report coming out of the bus company, yeah.
Don't worry about it. The Biden plan will crush you, will crush your family.
The what, Biden what?
It's all right. Don't worry. Hey, fellas, don't worry about it. It's okay. Don't worry about it. The Biden
Yeah, try having studio headphones on, guys. It hurt me.
plan will... Hey, fellas, don't worry about it. It's okay.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. The Biden plan will crush you, will crush your family. We will crush the virus, and you will have an economy the likes of which we've never had before, better than last year. You had your best year ever last year. This is going to be better, and you see where we're going. It's a super... It's a
what?
Is going to be better, and you see where we're going. It's a super... This is going to be better.
It's kind of Super V, kind of Super V. We saw the Super V is one that goes like this and then just drops out, like we've seen the Del Jones today.
And you see where we're going. It's a super...
Some of them walked to their cars yesterday, and some of them got to hospitals because ambulances came when they were frozen. A lot of the older folks had to go to hospital, and some buses did come, but not all the buses that were supposed to come, according to the reports that I've read so far.
It's a super V. Since the China virus arrived, we've airlifted amounts of material, the likes of which nobody has done since the Second World War. It's one of the greatest ever. Nobody has done since the Second World War.
Yeah.
We pioneered groundbreaking therapies, reduced the, and I'm telling you, we're down 85%. Think of that. Think of that. Down 85%. Nobody has any idea what that means, and that's all been done within a short period of time. And you know,
That's true, because we don't know what you're referring.
say it is breaking therapies since the Second World War. We pioneered groundbreaking therapies, reduced the, and I'm telling you, we're down 85%. Think of that. Think of that. Down 85%. Nobody has any idea what that means, and that's all been done within a short period of time. And you know, I say it, so I had it, my wife had it, our great First Lady. Does everybody like our First Lady?
So that's the end of that thought. We're down 85%, and nobody has any idea what that means. That is correct. I actually know what he's trying to say, and he's wrong, but...
Lady. No, I say it, so I had it, my wife had it, our great First Lady. Does everybody like our First Lady? She made a speech yesterday in Pennsylvania.
Does everybody like our First Lady, Sheila? Yes? No? Is she down 85%?
And they loved her.
So he's trying to say the mortality rate is down 85% since April. Now, you have to put that phrase all into context. This morning, Hogan Gidley was on CNN, and he said that we are down 70% since the middle of March. If you look at the middle of March, we had 8 deaths. Yesterday, 1,040. Officially on Johns Hopkins at that time when he said it, we were at 900 and some, 985, I think, officially on Johns Hopkins. Said it right. And that's an increase of 12,000%. But we're down. We're down 85%. That's what he's trying to say.
She made a speech. She's a very...
Yeah, boy, what if he wins, guys? What if he wins? I'm sorry, I don't mean to be creepy, but Halloween is coming!
Elegant woman.
And it's canceled here in California. Halloween is canceled. Kids are not supposed to go trick-or-treating here in Los Angeles. I don't know if you've heard about that, but it is true. I think some still might. I'm not going to buy any candy until the day after Halloween, which is the best day of the year.
She gets hit almost as hard as I do. They go after her. And she's
Oh, the press. You're talking about I thought, yeah.
cool, you know, she's very cool. She goes, oh, that's okay, no problem. Me, I want to go get them. I want to. She goes, that's no problem. It's no problem. She's got a very extreme confidence somehow, you know. She says,
Squirrel?
that's okay. It's all right. She says, that's their problem. Not my problem. How cool is that, right? But she did a great job. She got actually great reviews. She made a speech in Pennsylvania, and it was fantastic.
She got great roofs.
Their problem, not my problem. How cool is that, right? But she did a great job. She got actually great reviews. She made a speech in Pennsylvania, and it was fantastic. She's a great first lady. She really loves you. She loves our country. But she had it. She got better. I had it. I got better. But Barron had it. Barron. Barron is my young son who happens to be very tall. He's tall. Hi, Barron. How you doing? Barron's 14. When you're 6'5" and you're 14,
He knows Barron's age?
that's pretty tall. Right? I walk out of the helicopter with Barron. Hi, Barron. Are you having a good time?
Do you call him Barry?
But he's strong, and he goes
Wait, does he have the same first name as Barack Obama?
like the doctor, Sean. He's a great doctor. He goes, he's the White House doctor. Sir, Barron has tested positive, sir. I'm sorry to inform you. I say, oh, that's bad. What does that mean? Positive for what? He goes, for COVID. Or, you know, we have about 30 names. China virus, the plague, whatever you want to call it. The plague from China. We have to be accurate. Barron has tested positive. And I said, that's too bad. Like 2 minutes later, I said, how's Barron doing? Oh, it's okay. It's all gone. 99.9%, right? You know, they have strong immune system.
By the way, the next day that started. Sorry, the story started with the next day I checked and it was all gone, and then it became 2 hours, and then it was 30 minutes, and then it was 15 minutes. Now it's down to 2 minutes. So by the end of this week, it's going to be. I checked with the doctor, and they said Barron had the virus 2 minutes ago.
Systems. Much stronger than our immune system. Much, much stronger. I'm working to make the breakthrough treatment that I received, and what we're going to do is we're making it, because I had a thing called Regeneron. We're going to make it available to...
Regeneron's the company. That's not what you had. I just ate some Kraft for dinner.
Anybody that needs it, free. Free. And I do suggest it.
What kind of salad dressing would you like with that, sir? Could I just get some Kraft? But on the side.
I don't know if it helped me or is it just the power. You know, I made a statement. And they took it very seriously. CNN, fake news, total fake news. And I got better very quickly, and I said, well, I should, because I'm a perfect physical specimen and I'm very young. They went crazy. He is not young, and he is not a perfect specimen. They went crazy. They have no sense of humor whatsoever, do they? Huh? Thanks to our relentless efforts, 97% of all emergency room visits, 97% are for something other than the virus. Think of that. Because we understand it now. We understand it. People are getting better. And you know, you're immune.
Okay, but a few months ago, 100% of emergency room visits were for something other than the virus. I don't even know how to deal with that stat. But as long as we're down 85%, I'm happy.
That's why I could jump right there. See those men? I'll kiss the men. I'm not into that, but I will kiss every man there and kiss every woman there, if you don't mind also.
I might.
They won't catch anything, and you know what? I won't catch, because they say, and until I came along, right, they said, if you have it, you get better. You're immune for life. But when I said I had it, I got better, they said, you've only got 4 months. They've changed the whole medical standard. If it was anybody else, it was good for life, right? But with me, they said, I'm now good for 4 months. Now, I think it's a much longer period, but who the hell knows? Well, we'll know soon enough. We're on track to deliver 100 million doses of a really great, safe vaccine, and we have some of the greatest companies in the world. They're right at the doorstep. And if I weren't president, if you had Sleepy Joe as your president, it would have taken you 4 years to have a vaccine. You would have never had a vaccine. What we did with the FDA, they said, sir, we'll need approximately 2 years. I said, how about 1 week? We moved up the schedule, and yet very, very safe. We moved up the schedule, and yet very, very safe. We will vanquish the virus and emerge stronger than ever before. Our country will be stronger than ever before.
What he actually said was to the FDA, and this is true, was could the flu vaccine be used in a combination? Could that have an effect on the COVID virus? No, sir. The flu that's not something. And the other guy next to him was like, don't bother explaining. Just tell him no. No, sir. We'll give it a shot. What about if you took some of the disinfectant and put it into the body somehow? If you could put it, what about, these are things he said. These are things he actually said. I'm not kidding about the disinfectant and the bleach thing gets all the play. But a couple of weeks before that, he asked if the flu vaccine, through some combination, could be used as a vaccine against a coronavirus. He asked that. Could we nuke the virus, Rich? Yes, someone was saying to me, Rich Mack was saying to me, came up to me, Sir, can we nuke the virus? And I said, I'll check with the doctors. I don't know for sure. And then I asked the doctors, can we nuke the virus? And CNN, they went nuts. CNN went nuts. They were like, the president said he can't nuke the virus. That's where we are. I'm playing him on Showtime.
And what I did only because of you and the double state with the double treatment, we spent a lot of money. We now have a
The double state? What?
new little thing. We have a
Are we talking about the deep state, or do we now have a double state?
big board that shows different treatment than ever before. And what I did only because of you and the double state with the double treatment, we spent a lot of money. We now have a new little thing. We have a big board that shows different things. And here's some of the governors talking about the...
He meant to say deep state. He said double state. So, verbal kitty litter after laying the turd. He came up with double gum? What?
State with the double treatment. But I did only because of you.
With the double treatment.
And the double state with the double treatment. We spent a lot of money. We now have a new little thing. We have a big board that shows different things. And here's...
We have a little thing. It's a big board.
Some of the governors talking...
Is he talking about Big Bird?
...about the incredible job we did on COVID or the China virus. Take a look.
No, nobody does Big Bird impersonations. You ever notice that? No Big Bird impersonations.
Every time I call the president.
Boy, the AV is working out great today. Bum 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 bum. There's no audio. I don't know if they can hear it, and they've just cut the feed for... I don't know what's going on, but I don't want to fast forward because I don't want to miss any reaction from Trump, because if anyone reacts well under pressure, it's our president. You put something in his face, he will come right back at you with stand back and stand by.
Efforts and acts of mobilization. And the federal government stepped up. We needed help, and they were there.
And now we can hear the audio guy. I can hear it. I can hear it.
He said everything that I could have hoped for. And we had a very long conversation. And every single thing
He was on the phone with somebody. Yep, I got it. Okay, bye.
he said, they followed through on.
We've got to have double the number of ventilators that we requested for that
And double state.
area of the state. And in fact, we got them in, frankly, short order.
Have we lost anyone because we didn't have a bed, or we didn't have a ventilator, or we didn't have healthcare staff? No.
And the president was extending support for new swabs. So conversation, commitment, promise made, promise kept.
I think they just started playing the second video, or maybe they're supposed to right now.
Because he's forgotten his own plans. Watch Biden's staff quickly swoop in to shuffle him along during a quickie escape the basement trip to Pennsylvania.
Here's the deal. One of the things that is important is that keep in mind, although they're going to vote on I think today.
That was terrifying.
What kind of country we're going to be? 4 more years of Georgia, we'll find ourselves in a position where if Trump gets elected, we're going to be in a different world.
56% of Americans said that they were better off today than they were 4 years ago, would have been under the Obama-Biden administration. So why should people who feel that they are better off today under the Trump administration vote for you?
Well, if they think that, they probably shouldn't. 54% of people are better off economically today than they were in your administration. Well, their memory is not very good, quite frankly.
A few moments later.
He's a proud Democrat.
Oh, no, they're not using SpongeBob, are they? SpongeBob people, if you're out there, sue their asses immediately because they can't do that. They can use songs as long as they pay for them, but they cannot rip you off and use it in a public performance. That's wrong, says the guy who's rebroadcasting the YouTube feed.
For the Senate.
This is protected under fair use. By the way, there's no way you could get away with the SpongeBob clip under fair use.
So vote! Vote! Visit iowa.com/Ohio. Got in trouble when we running against the senator who was a Mormon. I was the governor, okay? Well, the memory is not very good, quite frankly.
The woman in Michigan. The woman. Yeah, they may have been able to hear that all along. I think they cut our mic, our feed for it, or couldn't figure out how to patch it through. I don't know. I don't know. We'll find out. Or we might not. Here's the thing. I don't know that we'll find out anything because, remember, we still don't have his taxes. The question is, what is Roger Stone doing right now? He was released from prison for a reason. What is he behind the Hunter Biden? Because that's mostly Giuliani that we know of. But what is happening? Why? He's the guy who won the election last time. Okay, they're just chanting. I think Trump is...
You know, we have a great, great country, but we have a country with tremendous potential, a country that can be greater than ever before. We can't do this to ourselves. We can't. And I personally don't think he's a nice person, but that's okay. I don't think he's a nice guy. If he was a nice guy, I probably wouldn't have put those clips up. But those clips are just a few of many, many, many clips. And this happened. But those clips are just a few of many, many, many clips. And this happened over the last couple of days. You can't do it. For instance, if he were here with you today, he'd say, I want to thank the people of Ohio for being with him. No, he's done that 7 different times. And once you do that, it's over. You just walk off the stage. You can never make a good speech after that. Nobody's going to... You just walk off the stage. You can never make a good speech after that. Nobody's going to go home and say, that was a great speech, except for the fact that he called us the wrong state. Joe Biden has surrendered his party.
This is the guy who couldn't pronounce the name of the town he was in Wisconsin, even though it was written on the teleprompter. Just couldn't do it.
To the rage-filled socialists, Marxists, and left-wing extremists, and that's what you're going to have, and you can't let it happen. The Democrats have spent the entire year inciting violence, hatred, and hatred against our police. Our police. Without our police, we have very little. Last night, the city of Philadelphia was ransacked by violent mobs and Biden-supported people. These were all Biden-supported people. And he wouldn't even call them out.
Absolutely no evidence of that.
This morning, they said, please call them out. He doesn't want to get involved because he doesn't want to lose the radical left.
He has decried all violence many, many times. I don't know anything from this morning. Does anybody see? Was Biden asked about the mobs or the riots or whatever? If he was, I can guarantee that he condemned them. But
stores were looted, police cars were burned, and dozens of officers, great officers, were injured. Biden and Harris stand up, and they stand with the rioters and the vandals. I stand with the heroes of law.
Yeah, at random says he denounced them. So maybe I'll go find that.
Enforcement. It took generations to build the America we know and love. But if the radical left gains power, it will take them only a short period of time to destroy it. This election day, you must stop the anti-American crazy radicals. They are crazy. That's why I say this is the most important election in the history of our country. I never thought I'd say it because we had a time last 4 years ago, but they've gone absolutely insane. Joe Biden is a corrupt politician.
Hold on, I got it. Hold on. Let's take a look at it. All right. Go ahead.
Jill's off to do an interview, but thanks for taking the time to cover it, and as we are.
Mr. Vice President, the shooting in Philadelphia, what do you say to Philadelphia residents that are outraged by yet another unarmed black man being shot by police?
Shooting in Philadelphia, what do you say to the Philadelphia residents who are outraged by the shooting of another black man?
What I say is that there is no excuse whatsoever for the looting and the violence.
No excuse whatsoever for the looting and the violence. I don't know. No excuse whatsoever for the looting and the violence. I wish he would condemn it, though.
None whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
I think to be able to protest is totally legitimate. It's totally reasonable. But I think that the looting is just, as the victim's father said, do not do this. It's not what my son, you're not helping. You're hurting. You're not helping my son. And there are certain things we're going to have to do as we move along, and I think
Okay, so he did condemn it. No excuse whatsoever. That's good enough for me.
But big tech will not allow that to be said, and the media will not say it.
Say what?
Tech will. But they've gone absolutely insane. Joe Biden is a corrupt politician. But big tech will not allow that to be said, and the media will not say it. What he has done is horrible.
This morning he tweeted that Twitter is blocking anybody who mentions Hunter Biden in their tweets. He tweeted that. That Twitter was blocking any tweets that mentioned Hunter. He tweeted that. If anyone doesn't understand what I'm doing there, just put the chat. You probably can't figure out the chat.
Horrible. The money from China, from Ukraine, from Russia. The wife of the mayor of Moscow gave him $3.5 million. The son had no job, no nothing. Got $3.5 million.
Had many jobs, didn't receive the money.
$1 million.
Yeah.
They put him on the board of Burisma. $183,000 a month. And I understand a $3 million upfront payment. I think they could have had him for less. China gave him $1.5 billion to manage, even though he's never managed money before.
He was in a money management firm, so.
And I asked people on Wall Street, is that common? They said it's not common even for us. They don't do that.
He's attributed this story to Blackstone, the fund investor, and a spokesman for Blackstone has come out and said, no, conversation never happened. The funny thing is that he thought he could get away with that.
And that was after a meeting that lasted 10 minutes.
I kind of pronounced it right. I don't know if you're Ukrainian. Is anybody Ukrainian? Is it Burisma or Burisma? Do we know an official pronunciation?
Flew in with his father on Air Force Two. flew back with 1.5 billion to manage from China. And then the big one, and I guess this one maybe got caught. And I give a lot of credit for last night. Tucker Carlson did a great job last night. Because he was willing to...
I mean, he has no qualifications to be the president, so he got the job.
Call it out. By the way, follow up. Sean Hannity did a phenomenal job. You look at Sean Hannity and Laura did a phenomenal job. You look at Sean... Because he was willing to call it out. By the way, follow up. Sean Hannity did a phenomenal job. You look at Sean Hannity and Laura did a phenomenal...
Sean Han P. Diddy?
They're getting that word out. The great Lou Dobbs, Jesse. We have a lot of good support. But the problem is we got to have more.
And you have Jesse Waters.
Because look at all those people up there. Look at
Sean Han Diddy.
Every one of them. You know, they turn their camera off if I even talk about this. Think of it. They turn their camera off. If I mention Biden corruption, they turn their camera off. And yet they'll do stories about me left and right, stuff that's so untrue. No, it's unbelievable. It's pretty unbelievable. It's been a lot of fun being your president. I got impeached over a telephone call. Congratulations on your victory, President of Ukraine. But we had good stick with the Republicans. The Republicans stood by in Congress 197 to nothing. How about that? That's pretty good. Last night in that hour-long interview, the Biden family business partner revealed the depth and extent of Biden corruption. And you know...
Is he not going to say the guy's name because it's complicated and he'll get it wrong?
If you walk out, your vice president...
Were they typing up his teleprompter going like, what is it? Boblinsky? What? How do you say it? Okay, let's just do it phonetically. No, let's just don't. Just don't.
President, and your son walks out with hundreds of millions of dollars, and he's got no real capability. I would say that's corrupt. I would say it's corrupt. But Joe got a piece, right? For the big guy, right? They said we're going to keep 10% for the big guy. They call him the big guy. I don't think so. Joe was personally involved.
They call him the big guy or the big man? He got it wrong the other day, and now I'm confused.
In establishing corrupt business dealings with China. At the same time, he was letting China plunder our jobs and destroy our businesses, our factories, our workers.
It's the big guy.
Another report showed that the executive of a Chinese company that paid the Bidens at least $5 million was under surveillance by the U.S. government as a likely Chinese spy. This is all, this is all down, documented. They won't repeat it. Could you imagine if I did this? No, seriously, could you imagine? I had a conversation.
Yeah, you just did. I don't really need to imagine it.
Congratulations on your victory. I never met the president of the Ukraine. I called him up. One of my great people, thank you very much, said, please call him.
Oh, good. We're revisiting the Ukrainian phone call.
And congratulate him. I said, who is he? President of Ukraine. And I got impeached, think of it. And we went through hell for...
He had already spoken to Zelensky before, over the phone. He had already made a first initial phone call. I know that's redundant, but I'm stressing it.
6 months, our country. And I got impeached, think of it. And we went through hell for 6 months, our country. And they spied on my campaign.
Country. Sounds like a robot that's died. But I love you so much. Our country.
Think of it. And we went through hell for 6 months, our country. And they spied on my campaign. Before I won, they spied. And after I won, they spied. And let's see what happens to them. Let's all see.
Never spied.
And by the way, Obama
yes, let's all see.
And Biden knew all about it.
Uh-huh.
Obama and Biden knew all about it.
I have 0 dropped frames. I'm still connected with a hard wire right now, guys. So yeah, if there's buffering, it's on your end, babe. It's probably something in Canada. They're shutting it down.
If Biden wins, China wins because China will own the USA. He's going to own it. They're going to own it. President Xi, I know him well. He has not.
Babe would like to get on Justin. Am I right, babe? Hasink.
Got the same problems that Biden has. He is a very sharp guy, very smart guy, very cunning guy. He'll own the United States. I've charged them billions and billions and billions of dollars in tariffs. I gave $28 billion, thank you very much, China, to our farmers because they were targeted. When we win, you win, Arizona wins, Nevada wins, and America wins. We're thrilled to be joined tonight by some really great friends of mine, and they're warriors, and they're fighting hard. Your governor, Doug Ducey, he got you opened up. He got you opened up. Where's Doug? Where's Doug? You look good, Doug. He got you opened up. You're open. Thank you very much. And I hear we're doing well, Doug. We're doing good. I'm going to be so angry at you, Doug, if I don't get there. I'll call Doug. Doug, how are we doing? Well, he won by about 17 points. I'd say that's not so bad, right? Thank you, Doug. Great job. Great governor.
Oh, okay. For those of you wondering, BULLhead City is right across the river from Laughlin, Nevada. That's how I know it. I'd actually been there before. I had to get my car repaired there once after spending the weekend in Laughlin. So it's down in the corner of the states. There's Vegas. There's Laughlin, Nevada. It's actually, I think, a little bit quicker. Or Laughlin, Nevada, if you live in Los Angeles, they send you, come gamble in Laughlin, because it is kind of just across the state lines. It might be slightly quicker to get to than Vegas. And they've got hotels there. It's kind of a very, very, very tiny Vegas. Imagine a very large Native American casino. Anyway, you can take a boat ride on the river, and right across the river there is Arizona. So that's where it is. Sorry, I got kind of bored of Trump.
Somebody who's done a fantastic job in the Senate, and she's respected by everybody there, including me. She could fly those planes very easily that we just saw overhead. Senator Martha McSally. Martha McSally. Great, great. So, you know, Martha's opponent wants to get rid of your Second Amendment. I don't think so. You know, if you talk about nothing else, right? He wants to get, his whole thing is he wants to get rid of your Second Amendment. They want to take your guns away. You can't let it happen. Will you please
That's his whole thing? The thing he hasn't mentioned one time, that's his whole thing?
win? You got to win, okay?
Oh, did he say Mothra? Hold on.
Somebody who's done a fantastic job in the Senate, and she's respected by everybody there, including me. She could fly those planes very easily that we just saw overhead. Senator Martha McSally. Martha McSally.
Just a weird New Yorkie pronunciation, I think.
Great, great. So, you know, Martha's opponent wants to get rid of your Second Amendment. I don't think so. You know, if you talk about nothing else, right? He wants to get, his whole thing is he wants to get rid of your Second Amendment. They want to take your guns away. You can't let it happen. Will you please win? You got to win, okay? She's tremendous. And you could fly those planes, right? She's the only one in this whole group that can. Congressman Paul Gosar. Congressman, great job. Great job, my warrior. He's a warrior. Thank you. Great job. We're doing okay, right? I hear we're doing good. Thank you. Congressional candidate Daniel Rotemar. Daniel Rotemar.
Probably not how you say his name.
Perfectly well. I hear you. Mark. Because he's a
well, we'll get past the hellos.
Political. Got to be careful with the ballots. We do have law. They found some in the because he's a political. He headed the political club. That's some club in Nevada. They send out millions of ballots. You know, they found some in the garbage can with the name Trump on it, military ones. The name Trump was on it. I said, "What's that happening?" But we got to be careful with the ballots. We do have law enforcement watching in your state. You know that we have law enforcement. Because it's illegal to do bad things Nevada GOP Chair Michael McDonald. Michael, it's good? Going good, right? That's really good. And we have somebody else who's been a friend of mine for a long time, respected by everybody. Former Nevada Attorney General Adam Laxalt. Thanks, Adam. You are something. We're doing okay, right? You got the cheating, you're watching the cheaters and all those people that send in the phony ballots, and the triple ballot. No, you had Virginia. They sent in 500,000 phony applications. They had another one. Thousands of ballots were printed. They had one problem.
No one sent in 500,000 phony applications. Applications that were misprinted were sent out and then caught and reprinted and sent out again. Nobody sent in 500.
Forgot the 500 ballots and the triple ballot. No, you had Virginia. They sent in 500,000 phony applications. They had another one. Thousands of ballots were printed. They had one problem. They forgot to put the name President Donald Trump on the ballot. That causes a little problem. History says you don't win too many of those. No, it's very, very dishonest what's happening, but hopefully the courts will protect us. They have to protect us. We had a big win, actually, yesterday in Wisconsin, you know that, where the United States Supreme Court said, I'm sorry, we have an election. You have to get it in. You have to get it in. Some of these people in Nevada, they want to have the election. They want to have the count weeks after November 3rd. So let's all wait for the governor to...
Every state allows for the military to get their ballots in late, as long as they're postmarked on time, or they come through the military postal service on time. It's fine.
Count them up good, and how many is he going to add during that 2 weeks, right? A man who I've known for a long time. He's an incredible guy. He's a tough guy. He's respected like you wouldn't believe. Made a lot of money with something that he truly loves. UFC President Dana White. He's incredible. This guy, what a job he does. If there was ever a case for loving what you do, he sees these fighters, they want to rip you apart, and he goes up and he likes them a lot, right? They're your friends. Dana's fantastic, and he has done a fantastic job with some of the highest ratings on television. Dana White, UFC. I'm glad he likes me. And another friend of mine who was treated very, very poorly by big tech, but he's smarter than all of them. And he figured this out a long time ago, and he's got a very successful book that just came out. Charlie Kirk. Everybody knows Charlie.
Charlie Kirk is one of the people that I follow that when I see that he's tweeted, when I see his little picture, I go like, oh, good, something stupid. Him, Jenna Ellis, Kayleigh Macaroni, there's a bunch of them that I'm just, as soon as I see their little circle, I think, man, here comes something dumb.
Great, Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. Under my leadership, we achieved the most secure border in U.S. history. We built almost 400 miles. I'll tell you what, the wall, they kept saying, right, the Democrats, we don't need a wall. We need drones, all they wanted. They talked about drones so that we can watch thousands of people pour into our border. We're all set. We have drones. We have such technology within this wall. We got exactly the wall that the Border Patrol wanted. I negotiated with them, but they didn't want to talk about it. They wanted steel. They wanted concrete inside the steel. They wanted rebar inside the concrete. We got everything. And they wanted wires all over the place to hook up to technology. And the Democrats said a wall is obsolete. I said, wall will never be obsolete. And you know the other thing that will never be obsolete, right? Walls and wheels, right? Everything else is obsolete.
And rope and buckets and rocks for use as hammers. There's nails. Nails will never be obsolete. Screws, for that matter.
About 15 minutes after it's developed.
The use of wood.
Joe Biden has pledged
water as a way to extinguish fire. Awesome.
To have open borders. He even said maybe we'll take down the wall, one of the biggest projects in the history of our country. His plan would completely obliterate so many of the things that you want. He would do things that you would never have, that you would never accept. He will do things that are so far left that we're not going to talk about him today. He will do things that will destroy our country. This would trigger a tsunami of illegal immigration. They want to have free health care for all, free education for all. Everybody gets a lawyer that's...
Shut up. What I just showed you there is that the graph, the cases in the Midwest now are now growing faster than the cases in the Northeast during the height of the New York explosion back in April. That's what kind of growth we're having. We've turned the corner, and the Northwest kept going. They just kept going. Not the Northwest, the Midwest. So things are bad. Things are really, really bad. What's the plan for Tuesday, Green Room? I don't know that I would recommend anyone staying up late in Europe, because I don't know that we're going to have any results. There'll be the occasional little state, but some of the states are going to be really tough to call. Pennsylvania, for example, we're not going to know. Florida, we'll probably know. We might have a good idea in Florida, but Florida could also be so close that they're going to have to maintain, we're not going to call this yet. Texas, maybe. I mean, they've got the early voting going on in Texas, and it's nuts, but they've also restricted each county to just one ballot box, which is insane. Like, why? Yeah, there's a certain number of states we already know, but the swing states out there are going to be tough to call. Arizona, I can't remember if Arizona does a pre-count on their mail-in ballots or not. Nevada, we probably won't know. So I don't know if we're going to have anything. But anyway, I'll start broadcasting whenever it looks like the polls are going to get set to close. So actually, the first couple of hours of the election is fairly boring. You get your Maine, your New Hampshire. There's some 7:30 places out east. Little states that just don't amount to much. But, at some point we'll get going. And maybe I'll have a special guest. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I mean, who knows? We might not even get there at this rate.
It's just what we want as a new lawyer. Everybody.
What time? Greenwich? Let's say probably 6 becomes 9. So probably the 5 o'clock. The 5 o'clock Pacific. Look up whatever 5 p.m. Pacific. I think we're 8 hours behind Greenwich right now. I can't remember if we're 8. Normally I would know, because I would have at some point during the year been like, oh yeah, what time is it in London? Oh, let's go to London. Let's go to Paris. Let's go to France. Let's go to In the Underpants. That would have happened at some point, but I just haven't. Like, Europe just doesn't exist to me right now, as it's not a destination I can go to. Where can I go? Can I go to Mexico? Somebody was talking about that earlier. And I certainly can't take Kevin Lee Daughter anywhere because she doesn't exist.
Everybody gets a lawyer.
We fall back at some point. 7 hours behind in Pacific. Okay, so can you be more Pacific about that? See, because it's Pacific, and it's sounded just a little bit like Paul Lynde there.
No, we can't have it. We can't have what he has. He's also pledged, and he pledges this strong, but the good news about him, he can pledge, and about 5 hours later, we'll have no idea what the hell he pledged. But Washington Democrats continue to attack our wonderful members of ICE and the Border Patrol, more than half of whom are Hispanic Americans.
7 hours ahead, not 7 hours behind, by the way. So if we're talking probably 5 p.m. Pacific, so we're looking then at midnight. Europe, sorry.
And many of them are here today, and I'm very proud to receive the endorsement from some of the toughest people on earth. In fact, I think they could actually go to Dana, and some of them could be nice, good fighters for Dana. National Ice Council, the union representing our incredible ICE officers, and a man who's been a friend of mine for a long time. He's the head council president.
Alabama closes at 7 p.m. They do a long count, so I don't know that we'll know much. Who else is so Florida's a 7 p.m.er. So that becomes 4, but again, they usually take a while to get the results in. Hawaii is just Democrat, that's that. East Coast wise, looking. Missouri is central, is it not? They really should have this. I'm looking at Ballotopedia right now, by the way. I think it's just Ballotpedia. But New Mexico is 7. That doesn't count. Oklahoma is 7. That doesn't count. South Carolina, 7 o'clock. And that's an important state. So South Carolina and Florida both get done. So maybe we'll start up at 4, which would be 11 p.m. Maybe. Tejas is central, though, but that ends at 7 as well. So that's 5 o'clock. And there's a couple up. West Virginia, 7:30. Let me go look at Maine and see what time Maine ends up. Massachusetts, it's 8, so that's a real one. Maine is 8 as well. Somewhere up there's a 7 o'clock. Is it New Hampshire? Oh, that's what New Hampshire is. So New Hampshire, it varies by the municipality, just because New Hampshire, but they can't close earlier than 7 o'clock. That's what New Hampshire is. So they have all kinds of different, yeah.
President just got the endorsement. Chris Crane. Where's Chris? Where is Chris?
Who cares?
Some of you, they like to fight. Thank you for all, and thank you for your service, Chris. I don't want that job. You don't want it. Nobody up here wants it. They go up and and you know what? We have moved out, Chris, thousands and thousands of hardened criminals, horrible criminals, MS-13.
I actually have some Ambien, Colleen. That's a good idea. Just take Ambien on Wednesday night, wake up the next morning, and you won't know anything different. I don't know. I don't know right now if we're going to know the results of the election. There are some very key states where Biden is well ahead right now, but the trouble is what percentage of vote. I could do some math. I can do some math later. Oh yeah, no, we're going to chat. We're going to watch. We'll watch the election. We'll just start it up and hopefully so that I don't have to do all the talking, I'll be able to connect with somebody else, maybe David from Snopes or something like that. We'll get somebody on here and we'll tie up some ribbons. I mean, you know, since Trump stopped the pandemic, I could probably just have people here at the Outhouse Studios.
We moved them the hell out of our country because of ICE. Killers. As president, I will always stand, Chris.
What?
For the heroes of ICE and for... And I will always stand... Killers. As president, I will always stand, Killers. As president, I will always stand, Chris, for the heroes of ICE and for Border Patrol. So say everybody, tell everybody hello. Give them a big hello for me. Incredible people. We invested $2.5 trillion in the U.S. military, including nearly $1 billion to build the world's most advanced guided missile. You know where it's being built? Right here in Arizona.
Arizona.
We also passed VA choice and VA accountability. We killed the leader of ISIS, al-Baghdadi. And we then took out the world's #1 terrorist. Soleimani is dead. He's dead. I withdrew from the last administration's disastrous Iran nuclear deal. I recognized the capital of Israel and opened the American embassy in Jerusalem. And I also recognized Israeli sovereignty over the Golan Heights. And instead of having these horrible, ridiculous, endless wars in the Middle East, we're making peace. You see what's going on? Everyone's gotten together. There's no blood in the sand. And I was nominated for 3 Nobel Peace Prizes. For all different things, believe it or not. Kosovo, Serbia, you know, we're doing trade deals with Kosovo, Serbia. They're killing each other for many, many years. For decades and decades, they're killing each other. 2 countries, they're killing each other. I said, so we're doing a deal with him, deal with him. What are we doing?
What? Wait a minute.
I'm not doing any. Kosovo, Serbia, you know, we're doing trade deals with Kosovo, Serbia. They're killing each other for many, many years.
The war ended in 1999. It ended 21 years ago.
For decades and decades.
It's an economic trade agreement. It's not a peace accord.
They're killing each other. 2 countries, they're killing each other.
They're not killing each other. Not for the last 21 years.
We're doing a deal with him.
You know who took care of that mostly? Bill Clinton.
Deal with him. What are we doing? I'm not doing each other. I said, so we're doing a deal with him. Deal with him. What are we doing? I'm not doing any deals unless they get together. They got to get together. What do we want to have people kill each other for? We made a deal in like about 15 minutes, and they were in.
Okay, I got to record that because that's just beyond funny.
For all different things, believe it or not. Kosovo, Serbia, you know, we're doing trade deals with Kosovo, Serbia. They're killing each other for many, many years. For decades and decades, they're killing each other. Two countries, they're killing each other. I said, so we're doing a deal with him, deal with him. What are we doing? I'm not doing any deals unless they get together. They got to get together. What do we want to have people kill each other for? We made a deal in like about 15 minutes. And they were in the Oval Office hugging and kissing and saying how much they love each other. And it's going to last, believe it or not. I really believe that will last. But, you know, it's just so natural. Here we are. They want to make trade with us. More than we want it with them. They want to make trade with us. Everybody wants the United States, especially now. So I said, you know what? We'll make a deal, but you guys have to stop killing each other. Don't be crazy. It's nice. Get along.
Breaking news, per MSNBC, the Supreme Court will not expedite a Republican request to stop an extended deadline in Pennsylvania for receiving mail-in ballots. Should be from receiving mail-in ballots. The decision was 5-3. Justice Barrett did not participate in the court. So 8 judges voted. The new justice did not vote. They will not expedite a Republican request to stop Pennsylvania from counting votes, mail-in votes, after they arrive. So for now, Pennsylvania remains, they can count votes. I think it's up to 3 days after the election. I'd have to double check on that. But you do not have to get your ballot in by election day in Pennsylvania. So that's good news. They just have to be postmarked.
And they're getting along. They're getting along.
That being said, if you're in Pennsylvania, go vote in person, because drop it in a ballot box or vote in person.
Vote for Republicans is a vote for safe communities and a vote for the American dream. A vote for the American dream. And always remember, Abraham Lincoln, the great Abraham Lincoln, was a Republican. We have to bring that up because most people don't know that. And I can be more presidential than any president that's ever served, with the exception of perhaps Abraham Lincoln when he's wearing the hat. You know that. When he's wearing the hat, he's very tough to beat.
And if he's not wearing the hat, you're more presidential than Abraham Lincoln?
Over the next 4 years, we will make America into the manufacturing superpower.
I don't know if she recused herself or not.
Power of the world, and we will end our reliance on China once and for all. We'll make it right here in Arizona. We will expand opportunity zones, reduce your taxes, obliterate your regulations like we've done. Nobody has ever done what we've done to regulations, and provide school choice to every parent in America. We will hire more police, increase penalties for assaults on law enforcement, and we will ban deadly sanctuary cities. We will defend religious liberty, free speech, the right to life, and the right to keep and bear arms. We will maintain America's unrivaled military might. Nobody has the equipment that we do. We are the envy of the world militarily. Nobody has done. And when I came the first week, I was told by one of the world's most overrated generals, sir, we have no ammunition. Now we have so much ammunition, we don't know what the hell to do with it, okay? All made in the USA. All made in the USA. And we will ensure peace through strength. We will end, sir, right? You like that?
He was about to say, we will end Sir stories.
Thank you. We will end surprise medical billing, require price transparency, lower drug prices. Look, we took drug prices. Last year was the first year in 52 years where prices went down. I'm very proud of that, but it was just
2 years ago, it was 1%, and it didn't get passed on to consumers.
A little bit, but they didn't go up, but they went down. First
a little
time.
bit. A little
But
bit.
now I've invoked favored nations. We pay more than any other nation in the world by far. The drug companies hate me. Big Pharma hates me. They are spending so much. And what I did is I made it favored nations. We're the most expensive by far in the world. We now go down to the least expensive, tied with the least expensive in the world. It'll have a 50, 60, 70, 80% reduction in drug prices. And I am not liked very much by those drug companies. So when you see those ads one after another, they make Sleepy Joe look like peanuts compared to the drug companies. Nobody has more money. Nobody's more powerful in terms of lobby. But I had no choice. I had to do it. I have to do what's right. I don't care. I mean, I have to do what's right. We will protect your Social Security and your Medicare, which Joe Biden, you saw that, Joe Biden tried to obliterate. And we will always protect patients with pre-existing.
What? What did Joe Biden try to obliterate?
Conditions. I had no choice. I had to do it. I have to do what's right. I don't. Security in your Medicare, which Joe Biden, you saw that, Joe Biden tried to obliterate. And we will always protect patients with.
What did he say Price about? Price? Price transparency? Sorry.
Pre-existing conditions.
Breaking news, and I was reading about it. Sorry, guys. I got to go back if he said Price.
Always. You saw that. Will protect your. That's right. I don't care. I mean, of lobby, drug companies. Nobody has more money. Make Sleepy Joe look like. So when you see those ads, one very much by that reduction in drug prices, and I am not liked very much by those drug companies. So and I am not liked very much by that with the least expensive in the world. But the drug companies hate me. Big. We pay more than any other.
We'll jump ahead when I get.
Thank you.
I don't know
We
how far
will
back
end
it was.
surprise medical billing. Require price transparency, lower drug prices. Look, we took drug prices.
Yes, he did.
Last year
Thank
was
you.
the first year.
Thanks, guys. You're the best.
Thank you. We will end surprise medical billing. Require price transparency, lower drug prices. Look, we took drug prices. Last year was the first year.
That's a good one.
They
Thanks,
didn't go
guys.
up, but they make Sleepy Joe look like peanuts compared to the drug companies. Nobody has more money. Nobody's more powerful in terms of lobby. But I had no choice. I had to do it. I have to do what's right. I don't care. I mean, I have to do what's right. We will protect your Social Security and your Medicare, which Joe Biden, you saw that, Joe Biden tried to obliterate. And we will always protect patients with pre-existing conditions. America will land the first woman on the moon in the United States. We'll be the first nation to land an astronaut on Mars. Maybe we'll make that a woman too. Maybe we should make that a woman too. What do you think, Michael? He said, make it Nancy Pelosi. That's... Who said that? That's pretty good, I have to say. Oh, stand up, please. Look at this guy. That's pretty good. I didn't say it, I'm just repeating it, you know. They say he incites trouble. He loves trouble. No, I don't. Thank you very much. That was very good. Are you a comedian professionally? Or? Great. We will stop the radical indoctrination of our students and restore patriotic education. Finally, it's already happening to our schools.
Did he say patriotic?
Radical indoctrination of our students and restore patriotic education.
No, he
finally, it's already happening to our schools. We will teach our children to love our country, honor our history, and always respect our great American flag. Right? And we will live by the timeless words of our national motto, in God we trust. You know, they tried to take the word God out of the Pledge of Allegiance. You saw that. They did it once. They said, oh.
This is from earlier in the rally. This is Aaron Rupar, sent to me by Colleen. Let's listen.
Lisa to Human, and from Phoenix to right here in Bullhead. That sucker's moving so much, I see Bullhead. I'm trying to go up, and is my head moving up and down like...
Okay, so he blames it on the teleprompter. That's coming up.
Oh, they made a typo. Then they did it a second time. I said, that's not a typo. And then they had the wrath of the American public against them, and they put it back. But that's where they're coming from.
God damn.
For years, you...
Ruth Ann says the Dow is down more than 900 today, and it was off yesterday as well. So what are we for the week? Like 3%? 4%?
Had a president who apologized for America. Now you have a president who is standing up for America and standing up for the great people of Arizona and Nevada. And Nevada, I gotta add those people, they're great. They've been great. Thank you. You have to stop. I'll start crying. They'll say the president was crying today. The president broke down into tears as they screamed, "We love you." From Tombstone to Prescott, from Phoenix. It's like I have a good memory.
Prescott? Where is Prescott? It's Prescott.
Because you can't see this sucker. It's from Tombstone. Start crying. They'll say the president was crying today. The president broke down into tears as they screamed, "We love you." From Tombstone to Prescott, from Phoenix. It's lucky I have a good memory because you can't see this sucker. It's moving like. Lucky I have a memory. Would that be bad? You are so lucky, you people, that I took you on this journey with me. I say that to all my people. I say it to all my people as the press just absolutely, they're disgusting. I say it to all my people, you're so lucky. Charlie, you're so lucky I took you on this journey. I say it to all my people. Where's Hope? Is she here? Hope, where the hell is Hope? Does anyone know Hope?
I stand corrected. Apparently there are some locals that absolutely insist that their town's name is Prescott, not Prescott. And I've never heard Prescott. I've heard a ton of times. I've heard of Prescott, Arizona, thousands of times. Never heard of Prescott, Arizona. But apparently the locals call it Prescott. So I stand corrected, and I sit corrected. And he obviously read it phonetically off the teleprompter, or maybe he knows the name of the town. I don't know. Is there anybody who's been to Prescott?
They're so lucky.
Now I'm kind of hungry for some brisket.
Look at that group of people. There's Jared, he's making peace in the Middle East. That's all he cares about is peace in the Middle East. Peace in the Middle East. He's a brilliant guy. I'll tell you, you don't get guys like that, but he's done a great job. And you have, Jared. You have done an incredible job. And he's done it the exact opposite of what they've been doing for 40 years. You know that. Great job. Mesa to Yuma, and from Phoenix to right here in Bullhead. That sucker's moving so much, I see Bullhead. I'm trying to go.
You know what? It could be the teleprompter's malfunctioning. Everything else is today. And he did say earlier, like a minute ago, that the teleprompter was going so fast. So, pause, Kevin. I just paused.
Up and is my head moving up and down like this? You did a great job of anchoring these things, fellas. A great job. You did a great job. This is what modern and all you have to do is put another 2 stripes on it. You'll be fine.
What?
But we inherit the legacy of American patriots who poured out.
Oh, no masks. Yeah, no, nobody wears masks anymore. Come on, this is a Trump rally.
Their heart, sweat, and soul.
The president ended the pandemic, so we're good.
To secure our liberty and to defend our freedom. This great state was settled by some of the toughest men and strongest women ever to walk on earth. Arizona is where Wyatt Earp and Doc Holliday, how about that, became American legends. It's where the great American West became the American dream. And Arizona is the state where generations of pioneers and prospectors, miners, ranchers, cowboys and cattle hands, marshals and lawmen tamed the frontier, braved the blazing sun that I'm braving today.
Yeah, bad things are happening in Armenia. If you wanna look it up, you're welcome to. I was in Glendale yesterday, which is heavily Armenian in terms of its population. Armenian flags everywhere and stickers, people raising money, trying to defend Armenia. And I don't know enough about it right now to talk about it, but you're welcome to look that up.
As brave as they are, I'm standing up here. I'll be like a lobster tomorrow. And showed the entire world how the West was won. They helped make America into the greatest nation in the history of the world, and the best is yet to come. Proud citizens like you help build this country, and together we are taking back our country.
Okay, so people with the actual name Prescott pronounce it Prescott. And for whatever reasons, when they came to America, the descendants, they pronounce it Prescott, not Prescott. So Prescott is what it is in America.
We are taking it back. Don't ever let a bad thing happen on Tuesday. Don't let it happen. We can't let it happen. Can't let it happen. We're so proud of our country, we can't let it happen. You know, when it goes, you look at Venezuela, this would be a massive version of Venezuela, and it can happen because the ideology is the same. It can happen. Don't let it happen. We are returning power to you, the American people, and with your help, your devotion, and your drive, we are going to keep on working. We are going to keep on fighting, and we are going to keep on winning, winning, winning. We are one movement, one people, one family, and one glorious nation under God. And together with the incredible people of Arizona and Nevada, we'll never forget Nevada. We're going to have a tremendous win. Are we going to win in Nevada, please? We got a lot of people here. A lot of people from Nevada, too. We have made America powerful again, our military. We have made America wealthy again. We have made America strong again. We have made America proud again.
How about safe?
We have made America safe again.
Okay.
And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Go out and vote. Go out and vote. Thank you, everybody.
Oh, they cut it off right before the YMCA. Well, there you have it then. Oh, what's this? Here we go.
Tim Manolete is thrilled to...
Oh, forget it. It's not worth watching the ad. Okay, so... let me just check for some breaking news before we get out of here. And, okay, nothing major. Let's see what's trending. Nothing major. But South Korean K-pop BTS fans are beating QAnon and MAGA supporters at their own game. What's this about? In the past few months, K-pop stans have regularly hijacked QAnon and MAGA hashtags. They've led Get the Vote Out efforts against the president, and many were among the online pranksters who boasted about helping derail a Trump rally in Tulsa. This is true. So I guess they're just attacking QAnon now, which is, I mean, you got to have something to do. So that's it. There's going to be more today, I think, guys. There's another rally coming up. Let's see what time that is supposed to happen. And we might do that. I might edit one of these together. I'm thinking of finally doing the parody. He didn't start the virus or stop the virus. Now he's in Goodyear. Is he already going in Goodyear? Hell, we might just keep on going through.
California homeowners, if you'd like to never have a power outage again, then keep watching this video. If you have
And, oh, looks like the plane just landed. So maybe we'll come back in a few minutes and we'll talk about that rally. I did not get the job. At least I haven't heard anything about the job. So I don't think I got the job on the TV show that I auditioned for. But the good news is I lost my manager. So, yeah, my poor manager, friend of mine, very nice person, she is now the teacher for her son as well. Has an 8-year-old son. So she's doing that, plus trying to do her job, and she's had to trim the fat, so to speak. No, she's had to pare down her roster significantly, and so she's going with the actors that are actually working right now, who auditioned during pilot season and got gigs that they're now starting to shoot, etc. And our agreement was she was going to represent me as my friend just to get me down to LA. And be my manager until that point, until I started picking up some gigs and I could go out and get another manager, etc., etc., etc. So, no manager right now. But I do have an agent for voiceovers, for commercials. They also represent me for theatrical, which is television and film and stuff like that, so I'll get the occasional audition. But it's been more than a year. It's coming up on 2 years. 2 years January, and I haven't really established a footing here. Really, I'm much more about the live streaming, but YouTube has been good for me lately. So maybe that'll catch on at some point, which is why I should do the parodies and the other stuff and put this together. You never know what's good. Like I'll put up one, like a fact check, and it'll get 5,000 views. I'll put up something else that gets 300 views. It's all over the board. But the point is, if you can get to the point where you've got a saturation of X number of followers, for example, if I get to the point where I have 1 million followers, that's like $1,000 a day for every video that I put out. 2,000, 3,000. You get up to 4 or 5 million followers, then you're talking some serious bank, $8,000 a day if you're producing decent footage. However, there's a big gap between 8,500 followers that I have right now and 3 million. So you got to bridge that gap. It's like the number of deaths in South Korea compared to the United States. That's a lot of gappage. So we'll maybe cover this rally when it starts or a little after. I'm going to get some lunch because it's now 2:48. So we will see you later on the live stream. Hold on, is there Miles Taylor breaking news? Yeah, he was chief of staff for DHS, I think a department within DHS, but he was there. He was in the White House doing his thing. Let's see. Here we go. Oh, so he was anonymous. Okay. All right, so he was anonymous. The New York Times op-ed in 2018, and then the book. Fine. Doesn't change anything. Didn't change it. All the revelations, nothing changed anything. Okay, so moving on. We'll see you guys in a little while. Bye.